Hello everyone, Maggie here. Today I'm sharing this fun little project. I was working on a journal yesterday and I had come up with this like journal topper. I've recently been using a cabinet card that I'll punch eyelets in, and I'll use it as kind of like an embellishment for my enclosure. It sits on the top of a journal. And I wanted to do something similar, but that had pockets so that I could tuck things in. And I came up with this. So here's the front of it, and it has a lace pocket on the inside. And when you flip it over, you can take the ribbon or twine, whatever you're going to use to seal, like to tie up the journal. You take that out, and then you have an envelope here that you can put things in. So this particular envelope came with a letter inside. So I am a huge fan of antique letters and antique envelopes. I just love the penmanship on the envelopes are just usually beautiful. And I love the stamps, and the letters that come inside are really cool too. So on the back here, I just did some collaging with some scraps. So that's what I love about this project, is it's a great scrap buster, because I like to do, like, I like the front being like one big piece, one big image, and then like the back, you know, just kind of like some pieced up things. So I have some ledger here, some wallpaper, and this is like a really pretty, almost like a very soft blue invoice up here, a scrap of that. So, and then you have the envelope. So this is so fun. So I'll show you really quickly on a journal. This is a journal that I'm working on that I haven't finished yet. So you can make these any size you want. I would definitely, the one that's going to be on top of this journal is going to be a little bit smaller, but it just lays right on top, and then you just, you know, do your tying or whatever. So it's awesome because you can even stick things in between the card and the journal cover itself and like tie it together. Yeah, so it's just a really versatile project that I am really loving. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tutorial on how I put this together. So I'm actually going to put this one to the side, and I'm just going to show you really quickly what I've been using. I picked up this pack of file folders from the dollar store, and these are just manila folders, and everyone usually has these laying around their house, but I really liked the size. These are huge of these, and I saw them at the dollar store, so I just grabbed these, and this is what I've been using to make like cards and things like that. So I have a piece that's already pre-cut, so I'm gonna start with that. And then what you're gonna need is an envelope of some sort. Like I said, I like using the vintage envelopes. You can use a handmade envelope, a new envelope, whatever you have. And then just some scraps, and I have some scraps here, a handmade paper scrap, and I'm going to use a digital. You don't have to use a digital. You can use book pages, pictures, whatever you want. I love these. This is from Ruby and Pearl XO. I've had this collection printed for a while, and so yeah, I wanted to use this one up. So I'm using this one. Okay, and then also you're gonna need some good glue. I like to use Fabri-Tac. I forgot to mention, you're gonna need, if your pocket on the front, I have this sturdy lace. This is a great lace to use because it is very stiff, and when you're putting things in the pocket, it won't like snag or pull. So this is a really good supportive lace. And then some like little trims. I have this piece of velvet. This is actually like one of my last remaining pieces of it, so I've been using that on special things. Yeah, so that should be everything. Oh, and some ink. I like to ink the edges. You don't have to do that, obviously, but it gives it a really great look. So what we're going to start off doing first is I'm just going to cut this out quickly. I just use my cutter to make my life a little easier. So I'm showing you a no-sew version of this project. Obviously, you can sew it if you want. I think it'd be really cute to do some really fun, messy sewing up all around the edge. But yeah, I love it just as it is. So I'm leaving mine just like that. So I've made a few of these already. I've kind of experimented cutting it different ways. I've like done a torn edge one before. I really liked that. I do find it much easier though, just to like just cut it with a cutter and just do like a straight edge. So, all right, so we're gonna do that. And so what I'm gonna start out doing is get my Fabri-Tac and put some glue on the card piece. And I really like to get the edges, especially if you're not gonna sew, you don't want the paper coming up on the edge. So I like to really get some good glue on the edges there. And I think I want this side to be down. And we're just gonna smooth it out as best as we can. I'm gonna grab my ruler, I think. Made it on there a little crooked. I think it's gonna be fine though. Not really gonna hurt anything, I don't think. Okay. Oop. Oh, I love this image on here. Super pretty. Great. And then I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm just gonna trim around the edge of this card. I want to get as close to the edge as possible. All right. Next, we're going to want to do the back. So, what did I do with, okay, here it is. So I kind of want to measure, I like to measure where my envelope is going to lay. And you want to make sure that you have your opening of the envelope to the inside of the card, not on the edge. So I'm just going to take this little white pen and I'm just going to mark where my envelope hits. It's there and there, just so I know I can, you know, at least to go up to that point when I'm doing my collaging. So I kind of bunch this up a little bit. It's an old thing, but it's I don't know, it's in very good shape for being old. So, okay, let's see, where's my, okay, my white mark is there. So I'm covering it on that side. I think I'm gonna do this music note piece on the top. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, at least for a good little piece of it on the top there. So I'm gonna glue this one down. I think I'm gonna grab some ledger. I love having ledger on these. I don't know. I love ledger. I usually get, my favorite ones are from France. I found a few at a US, actually in the US, I'm actually kicking myself because the other day I was at a market and I found two, they were really large ledgers actually. But the writing in them were just, it was just okay. Like I don't know, it wasn't as pretty as the French ledger that I find. So I didn't buy them, and actually I might head out there again, and if they still have it, I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. I don't think I'm gonna use this blue. I'm gonna get some ledger. Ooh, I love the font in this. Definitely gonna use this, and I like that tattered edge too. So I'm going to try to do that. I hope this video works out fine because I have a new tripod, so I'm like just getting used to where it goes and everything. Okay, so I'm gonna do a piece of this. This is handmade paper from Rose Hill Paper Cottage. I love her handmade paper. It's just amazing. It's so pretty, and I like how she does she puts like gold flakes in it, and I just got a spring set, and there's like, oh my god, it's just beautiful colors. Gorgeous colors. Once I had gotten like almost like a tie-dye piece in there. It was really neat. And you don't even have to do collaging like I'm doing on the back of it. I just like it because it just, I don't know, it just adds a little extra something. So that's why I like it, but you can just do one large sheet if you want, like just one large image. Remember really quickly, I don't want to waste even the tiniest scrap of this ledger because it's my favorite. I'm gonna go up a little higher actually. Actually, I'm gonna glue right on the card because I don't know for sure where I need to be. Perfect. I save every little bit of this stuff because it's amazing. So another reason why I like to use do like collaging on the back is because I'm really big on textures. So I think all the different styles of paper on the back really gives you like some really nice textures to look at and to feel. So I'm trimming out those pieces on the ends. Okay. So now at this step, I'm going to do my inking, and I used to do I used to swipe it, and I found I can't talk. Penny and Rose Paperie, I love her style, and I love her journaling cards and everything that she posts. And I had messaged her, and I was like, how do you ink things? I just love it, and it just looks so cool. And so she did a little video on her Instagram stories. So if you are not following Penny and Rose Paperie, you should, because she's super awesome. She does this tapping technique, and I absolutely love it. I love that like blended look you get when you tap. super cool. All right, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna go again on the other side. You won't be able to tell that much because this digital is so dark, but you can still get a little bit of it. Okay, so now we can glue on our envelope. And I don't like to put it right to the edge. I like to just go in just a tiny bit so you can see just a little bit of the inking border there. And then remember to have the opening of your envelope on the inside, because when we add an eyelet, it's going to go right through here. So yes, inside, have the opening on the inside. So I'm just going to grab my Fabri-Tac and again generously put this, so I want this to stay. So, and I even thought about gluing just 3 sides down, and then behind the envelope is yet another tuck, but this envelope I feel is big enough to hold whatever you want, a journaling card, postcard, journaling card and a postcard, like whatever, just fill it with ephemera, whatever you want. This is a sturdy envelope, so I feel like it'll, and it's larger, so definitely don't need another tuck. Now if I was doing a smaller one with a smaller envelope, then I might do that just to have some extra room to tuck things in. Lay that down. Okay. There we go. And then I always like to stick something in there because sometimes these older envelopes are thin, and when you're using Fabri-Tac on them, it could seep through. Just make sure you're not having any of that. And we're good. Okay, love this. So next up is to add the lace. Oops. I was lucky enough to find this entire thing of lace at a thrift store, and it's probably my favorite lace ever. I use it for all kinds of stuff. Okay, so you can definitely do your pocket, have it up like this. I like to have a little bit hanging down in just like a shorter pocket, so just like this. So I kind of just measure out where I want to be. And do my first cut. And hopefully I cut straight because I tend to not do that sometimes. All right. So it's kind of overhanging a little bit on this side, but we can trim it when it's all glued down. So I like having a little bit coming off the bottom. I just think that looks cute. So just like that. All right, so I kind of want to remember where I wanted to start my pocket, and that's where I'm going to add my glue. And this is where you want to be a little bit more careful, just so you don't go everywhere. Try to meet at that same point. All right, and I'm just going to let it sit a minute before I put the glue on, because this is lace and I don't want all the glue to seep out. So I just want it to settle just a touch before I add the lace. And you can even go through and kind of just smear it a little bit with something. All right, now we can go ahead and go in with our glue, or with our lace. Is that where we want it? Up a little higher. I think that's good. And we're gonna push down. And this really does dry nicely. I haven't like had any issues with how it's dried yet. So you just want to make sure you got enough glue so that pocket stays nicely. All right, so another reason why I love Fabri-Tac is because it dries pretty quickly. So now I'm gonna go in and very carefully, without cutting anything else, trim up that edge. That looks good. This one wasn't too bad. See, even from the back, it looks so cute. All right. So we have our lace pocket right up here. I love that. And our envelope pocket there. So now I'm going to grab a piece of this velvet, and this is going to go down here. So I just kind of want to measure. You can use whatever you want. You can use something like this, like trim that up, maybe cut it in half, put that there. I just love the way this velvet looks with this lace and these digitals. I just think it looks so pretty. So I'm gonna do like this little like bunchy kind of thing, like a little ruffle, if you will. So I'm gonna do just a little line of glue down here where it was already glued on to the card. Just a little line. Okay, we're gonna let that sit a second. I kind of want it to, don't want it to ooze out of the sides. So I'm gonna just kind of bunch up this a little bit with my fingers. And then good thing about this glue is you can kind of, you do have some time to like move it around a little bit where you want it. So kind of get it like kind of how you want it to look, and then push down. So this piece is going flat. So then the lace pocket is on, and now we're just gonna add some eyelets, and I just like to go right above where that lace is, not too far in. Punch a hole there, and on the other side, punch a hole there. See how it goes through the envelope? That's why we wanted to be on that inside there. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple eyelets. And there you go. So you just fill it with what you want to, you know, put in your little. So since you have your eyelet here, whatever you put in isn't going to go all the way in, which I kind of like it peeking out anyways. It just adds like another layer. And you just pick out what you want to use as your eye. There you go. You have your little card. Isn't that so cute? I just think it's so pretty. I just love it. And there's so many different variations you can do, and yeah, so I love it. If you decide to try it, please let me know. Share a photo with me, tag me in your post or your video. I'd love to see what you come up with, and yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little craft that I'm that I made. Yeah, so comment down below if you're gonna try it, and just let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.